What is going on, guys? Today you are watching Augury AI. My name is Pierce Monazire, and today the workflow that we have for you is a custom tailored newsletter so that you guys will be able to wake up at the tip of dawn and get an email sent to you by you or your AI agent that has everything that you'd want to know of what happened overnight around the world. You can kind of think of it as your own ground news, because I've seen a whole bunch of videos on ground news and I still have yet to use it because I don't think it will beat my own personal judgment of what I'd like to see. So for that reason, we're going to be making our own ground news or our own custom tailored newsletter. We're going to start by doing a quick demonstration after I'm done this intro, and then after that I doubt that it will take more than 10 minutes to truly get this workflow done. It's extremely simple, it's extremely short, it's convenient, it could streamline news and information for you in a custom way, so nothing's better than that. So let's get on with it, guys, and I'll show you what that demonstration is all about. You're watching Augury AI. Let's get into it. So guys, we start in the workflow, and as you can see, it's maybe only composed of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes, around 6 nodes, 6 to 10 nodes if we're counting the tools that the AI agent has. So we're gonna press play and see what happens. I got my Gmail open as the last tab on this screen, but you'll see when we execute it, it goes to the agent, uses our OpenAI model, it thinks and reasons depending on what we set it to think and reason about, and it logs down the stories that it's able to retrieve, as well as go to Perplexity as a tool to refine its research. Since Perplexity, I have a bias, at least I have my own bias over Perplexity being pretty good with web research without needing to fine tune it so much. So with that being said, it's getting the last couple stories. It also has a structured output parser as the last thing before it exits the AI agent node, and we're just logging it into Sheets, and we should have that email already. So let's go to Gmail. I did one test one before, but this is the one we just got. Augury AI newsletter, Microsoft's proprietary AI models mark strategic shift. That's a mouthful. Let's see what's after that in terms of stories. Microsoft unveils proprietary AI models, global AI investment, and AI regulations. Investment, regulations, and proprietary news. So, if you're in the space, things that would probably be worth knowing and hard to find on TikTok or Instagram and everything like that. So we may have gotten a little bit stuck on the log to Sheets. I may have to fix something in there, such as space. But you guys get the idea. So besides all of that, let's start making it step by step. All right, so guys, that was the demonstration. And if you're wondering why the last node was loading and taking a while, it's because I didn't have enough rows underneath where it was previously left off in my Google Sheets. So there wasn't enough room for all of the 3 stories to be put in it. But anyways, let's recreate this workflow and let's do it quick. So we're gonna zoom in. First thing we gotta have, if we wanna keep it basic, is a trigger node. You guys should know how to get that in by now. Just tap on the add, and it should be one of the first things there, or under add another trigger if you don't have any node on the screen yet. All right, next node, we're gonna wanna get the AI agent node. You get that node by pressing plus on the node or at the left right sidebar, and just tap AI or agent. Agent's probably a bit better. Now let's take a look what's in my AI agent node, guys. We go inside of it, you see a very basic user message, research for me. And in terms of the system prompt, pretty big, only because we had to specify the JSON output. So you see we're using the agent framework, AGENT, the acronym for specifying. And I use a similar one like this for photos, but I'll do a quick scroll through it. In the guidance, we're specifying the role that it has, the output count, the character limit, the constraints, coverage scoops, product and technology, the niches that we'd like to stick to, the sources, we set a bias of what I'd like to go to, and you guys could switch this up if you have a favorite website, like if it's Bloomberg or something. Significance of each item. Oh, look at that, guys, I forgot to add my date, and this is how you do it, by the way. You can do today or whatever, so let's just add that in there. Let's keep going. Lead story, exclusions. You guys pretty much get the example. We give it good examples, we give it bad examples. And for the notation, we give it in JSON format. And then the last thing is just tools that we give it a reminder of what tools it has. And importantly, the last thing in this node is that we click requires specific output format. All right, now let's get on with the tools. The first tool is the think tool. You guys could just type that up. As soon as you type it up, it should look like this. And I just left it on what it is. Now, Google Sheet, we'll go and I'll show you guys how to make that in a second. Perplexity, tap on tool, and just type up Perplexity. Now, I don't need a second one. So when it does open up, you guys are gonna have to connect to your Perplexity API, set the tool description to set automatically, message a model, we're using Sonar. Now for the text, you can just set it on defined automatically by the model. Role, user. Simplify output, defined by the model. Return images, let the model define. Oh, no, sorry, switch that off. And then search for recurrency filter, we set it to a week. Now for the Perplexity API, guys, go to Perplexity, tap on your account, go to all settings, and at the bottom where it says API billing or API keys, well, make sure you have a budget in your API billing, and then go to API keys. If you already have one, press copy. And once you go back to N8N, all you have to do is paste it. It's not one of those ones where you have to type bearer or anything. You just have to paste your key. It's pretty simple, guys. All right, so that's the Perplexity node. The structured output parser, which again, we get from switching this on inside of the AI agent node. We have this block of JSON inside of there. You guys could take a look at it, but this is pretty much just what gives the format of the email. That's it. So, all right. And now for the Google log. So guys, I have a bias of using the table feature inside of Google Sheets. Usually when you open up a new Google Sheet, it will have this recommendation of tables or help me create a table. That's the first thing I look at, and I just tap on blank table, and you'll usually get this right here, the 6x8 table. Now let's look at the table that we need for this workflow. It contains an ID column, topic, description, date sent. So when you tap on the tables and it pre-configures one for you, you can delete the first or last two. And this is how to make the Google Sheet, guys, rather than downloading it from my community. So once you have it down to 4 columns, of course, you have to type ID, topic, description, and date sent. ID, topic, description, date sent. All right, and it should just all stay as text, guys. So we'll switch that over. Not stay as text, but we got to switch it to text because that's all it needs. And if you want, maybe add an extra 50 rows just in case. And then you're good. Just title the Google Sheets. And as long as your Google Cloud account or you have your Google account linked up to your N8N, which we made a video about, one of the first ones on this page, you should be good. Just make sure you give it a title and it should update automatically to the point that when you go to your tools, type up Google Sheets, and the node pops up, configure it as so. Make sure you have your credentials set up, tool description set automatically, sheet within document, get rows. You guys should be familiar with this, the document. This is what I named mine. And this is what's on sheet 1. Column, topic. All right. B2B range, specify range. You guys should have gotten a good look at that. And before I move off of the Google Sheets completely, go back to the Google Sheet that you just made. Oh, sorry guys, never mind. I'm getting this mixed up with another workflow. All we need is one sheet on it, not two. So that brings us over to the next node, which is the Gmail send message node. So we open up Gmail, and I'll show you how to just get that node real quick, guys. This is just the standard Gmail. Get message, or send message, I mean, right there. All right, so we enter this node. Same thing, guys. If you watched my video on connecting your Google Drive, if you put every single API into one Google Drive account, you're good. So Gmail, we connect, resource, message, operations, send, because we're sending information. And to this email, it's one of my personal emails. Feel free to message it if you guys want to hit me up. Subject. Now this is where we drag over the subject from the left, or if you guys are watching this and don't want to join the Skool community, you could simply actually hard code this in, as long as everything else is named correctly and according to what I've named everything, as in the nodes and whatnot. JSON object subject line. Now after that, the email type, HTML. And this is the block of code that we have in here, guys. Newsletter, style and font. Awesome. And at the bottom there, the sender name is Augury AI. That's what pops up at this top left here. Perfect. Now we're just about done, guys. The next node is the unbundle items. This is really just ran by one piece of JavaScript code. So I'll let you guys take a look at that. And this is just to have a last step for organization. As you can see, this is what separates the subject line to the title, to the content, to the source, to the date published, rather than just having all of that information. And then it would log it to Google Sheets. This is what this looks like. You have your Google Sheet credential connected, sheet within document, append row as the operation. Same list as the other ones. For ID, when you type equal row brackets -1, it just automatically, almost algorithmically, has the node pick up the most recent row that applies to your scenario, not the one from last week that you used, for example. Now for the topic, usual guys, just gotta slide this over. You see title right here, right there. Content, now, that's gonna be actually down here. Whoops, down here. And with all of that, guys, when we run that, it all gets stored inside this. What row, what topic, what description, and what date. And all in all, that gives you a whole custom tailored newsletter. Now in the case that you guys wanted to send this or set it to schedule trigger, connect the schedule trigger, trigger the interval. So let's just say we're gonna pick it on days. Days between trigger, only one, we want it every day. And instead of midnight, we want it at 6 a.m. Maybe 7 a.m. Trigger at minute 0. That doesn't really matter, guys. So we'll do that. And, well, me personally, I'm gonna leave it right at there. But the schedule trigger, guys, is pretty intuitive. If you wanted it to send you an email every 2 days, I don't know why you do that every 2 days, but you know, you just send the days in between to 2. I might have the math a little bit wrong there, guys, but I'm just gonna have mine on 1. I rarely use the schedule trigger. But yeah, you guys got the workflow right there. Pretty simple, and by the end of it, you'll be able to get news every single day, or ideas, if you want to speak more general, at the drop of a hat whenever you run this workflow. And again, just custom tailoring the prompt for different sources and topics will change the identity and character that this email gets made in. Alright guys, so that was the custom tailored newsletter video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little small one, still has some utility, whether it's for you, some small groups, some small businesses, or if it's just a setup workflow that you do with your friends because your friends catch on to it and they want it as well. So I hope you guys liked that video. We got a couple more dropping this week. I'm not gonna say what the next one is, but besides that, have a good week. Message us down below, join the Skool community, follow on Instagram, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all of that. You guys know the whole charade. Yeah, hope you guys have a good day. This is Augury AI. My name is Pierce Mondesire, and we are out.